put off 20 pounds and gain it back, then it's not worth going through it.
Yeah,
because it's tough. It really is difficult.
Yeah, not just mentally, but it's
Right.
also tough on your body. I would
Right.
think too to keep bouncing back and forth like that.
Right.
So you're seeing the results every day. If it's coming off that quick, you're
Yeah.
seeing results every day on the scale in the morning. Did you weigh yourself every day?
No,
or was that part of the deal?
another issue with weighing. I didn't weigh myself every day.
Okay.
I went once a week. I went at the same time. I tried to wear the same clothes, because if you look every day, I mean, every hour you could change.
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends. I mean, weight loss also depends on what's going on with your body. If it could be, you just had one extra bottle of water that day.
Yeah,
That can completely mess with your weight.
Yeah.
So, you could have a sandwich or something that has a little bit too much salt on it. That can also mess with your weight.
Mm.
I mean, any little changes could. So if you go every day on the scale, that really will. It would have messed with my head.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so that's why I did every week, same time. Went in and got my results, and everything was charted. And I mean, you saw it looked like my chart looked like a logarithm that you had when you were in high school. if you took that in high school.
Yeah.
And it was a big arc that was going down, and my trend was great. And so after the 6 months, they started. I got to eat again. It was like one of the best days, one of the biggest accomplishments. And my meal was a sugar-free Jell-O cup.
Oh, I love those.
5 meal replacements, sugar-free Jell-O cup. Best tasting Jell-O ever.
He lit some candles, played some soft music.
That's right.
And opened up
Put it in
knife
the
and
nicest
fork.
bowl.
Yeah.
Knife and fork, and ate it very slowly.
Was that probably as much as anything else because your system couldn't have handled a steak at that
Right.
point?
Yeah. I couldn't just jump right into a big steak dinner.
Yeah.
No, I would have gotten sick really quickly. So I did that for a month.
Jell-O.
Yeah, Jell-O for a month.
Different flavors of Jell-O?
Yeah.
What is your
at the
favorite
time,
flavor of Jell-O?
Oh boy, at the time it was orange.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love orange Jell-O.
So I did orange, and then
Okay.
And then after a month, I was able to eat. They substituted either broccoli. I was either broccoli, cauliflower, or just green beans, but not in the can. They had to be fresh.
Really?
And that was another month.
So you
And
could
they were
eat
slowly
that
adding food
instead of Jell-O?
Instead of Jell-O, yeah.
I think I'd stick with the Jell-O on broccoli.
Well,
Or-
it really helps. It really helped get my stomach back to where
Yeah.
when I really needed to do food.
Yeah. Okay. So
And,
now you're Jell-O-ing and
now I'm
some
Jell-O-ing
veggies.
and I'm vegetabling, and
Yeah.
I'm still taking off the pounds.
And is this 8 months in, or is this still within the 6
This is
months?
This is about 8-9 months in.
Wow.
And that was about the time that I decided I was going to do a 5K.
Oh boy. Really?
I wasn't going to run it because I haven't. Because my body was in condition to do it.
Yeah.
But I decided to do a 5K.
Okay.
And in October of 2014, I did my very first 5K.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
So 18 months after I was pretty much almost dead, I did a 5K.
I did a 5K once. I went for the face painting event. I didn't actually run it. I just
No,
went for the face
my
painting.
daughter runs marathons,
Yeah.
and I go and I try to she does half marathons, and I try to see her at different locations.
Yeah.
I have to wear tennis shoes because you have to run to get to the location. So that's how I do marathons.
So in October of 2014, I did my first 5K, and I started training for the Flying Pig. I did the Flying Pig half in
Good grief.
2015. And since then, I've done over 30 5K since then.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
in a way, I guess I'd look at it this way. If I weigh 200 pounds, you lost 200 pounds. It's like Robin carrying me around on her back for most of her life.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, I jump off. I bet you could run a 5K if you. So, I mean, you've got to have some type of strength and endurance built in just by carrying that much weight. I would think, right?
Yeah, and I mean my legs when I actually started working out, my legs, my trainer said your legs are fine because I had 200. I was 400 pounds that I was lugging around.
Yeah, right.
That makes sense.
And for being that large, I was actually fairly flexible, and that goes back to when I played sports when I was in when I was in grade school and high school.
Yeah.
So I was still. I'm fairly young still.
Yeah.
If you count 43 as young.
I do.
But
Robin doesn't.
We
but I
do.
do.
Yes,
so I still was able to to work out, and I was still somewhat flexible, kind of still somewhat athletic. So actually I just need to get my body back into condition to do it.
Yeah. So that first 5K,
Yeah.
you were down what from your
I was
high point?
I was 200 at my first 5K I was 250 pounds.
Okay.
So I lost 220.
220. Wow.
Yeah. And then when I did the flying pig, I was all the way down to 245.
Okay.
But I looked awful because I completely lost all water weight, all fat, and I didn't put any muscle on whatsoever.
Yeah.
So I really I lost the weight, but I wasn't as healthy as I could have been.
Yeah.
So then I worked on the next, after I did the flying pig, that was like a goal of mine. After I did the flying pig, I worked on the next, let's see, since, was it May of 2015, I worked on strength training. Mm-hmm. And I put on 20 pounds, but it's all been 20 pounds of just muscle.
Okay. Huh. That's quite the journey.
Right.
It is.
Yeah.
So now I'm I'm about 270. I teeter between 275 and 265, but you couldn't tell just by looking at me that's how much I weigh.
Yeah. How important now is the number to you that you weigh? How important?
I still want to get down to about between 250 and 260. Mm-hmm. That's where I want to be, but right now I want to get underneath that 20% body fat. That's the new number that I want to hit.
Okay.
I'm about 25 right now.
All right.
So
Joe Strecker is our guest today. He is sharing his story, his weight loss story of over 200 pounds, and did it in a very short period of time. And he started a business, and we want to talk to you about that when we come back. You're listening to American Dreamers on 55 KRC, the talk station. Welcome back to American Dreamers on 55 KRC, the talk station. You can also hear us around the world on iHeartRadio, on iTunes, and on our website, AmericanDreamers.biz. That's AmericanDreamers.biz, biz for business. I'm Tom Tassett.
I'm Robin Antone.
And we are sans Son O'Donovan today. That means without. Sans means without her today. But she'll be back next week, I'm sure. She's soaking up the sunny skies of Key West, Florida, as we speak, right now.
And some...
Yeah. And I said, are you going to be listening? And she says no.
Oh, she's not listening?
But that's okay. She can catch us on iTunes
on
our website,
That's right. On demand.
Right. So before we get back with Joe, I want to talk real quick, a couple of things. First of all, I want to thank you, Robin, for, I know I tease you a lot, don't I? Does that bother you? That bothers you?
I cry a little bit when I get home. No, it does not bother me. No.
Oh, gosh. I'm glad I don't see
you tease
you
me,
cry.
then I can tease you right back.
That's true.
It's all in
fun. Would you do that?
Yes. I think I have a few times. That might be how that started, but I'm not sure.
Yes, but it's no joke when I say that you are one of a kind marketing person extraordinaire.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So
that's what I keep telling everybody.
Do you? And that was what you have to keep telling it. Because marketing is repetitive, right?
That's right. That's right.
RGA Creative is the name of your business.
RGACreative.com.
Does that stand for your initials? Is that your initials?
It does. Galtice.
Oh, that's where they came from.
Name.
Got it. All right. And tell us about some of the different services you do for.
Well, businesses. we do a lot of things, but right now we're really kind of focusing on website development and content development for businesses. So, for example, as a matter of fact, I talked to Joe last week because I didn't know we didn't have a show. Showed up and Joe was here, so we sat and talked for a little bit. And I love to help small businesses with their websites. I went out and I'll just tell a quick story. I went out and helped him kind of change some things around on the site. But I also told him when I came in, I said, I'm having my designer do it. I'm going to have him or have her take a look. I have two designers, but I have a new one that's going to take a look at it because I think I do something. I'm like, oh, this looks pretty good. And then I send it off to a designer and I'm like, oh, wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
I'm a writer. That's where I came from.
They put the sparkle on it.
Yeah. I'm the messaging and the writing. And then I have a team of people who are amazing at putting it all together. So.
Yeah, and that all kind of ties in, and all of that is important.
Yeah, So that's what we do. All
right, and you have a website for contact information. If you're out there, you would like to talk to Robin about your marketing or your website. what's the best way to get in contact with you?
rgacreative.com.
Okay.
Or Robin at rgacreative.com, and Robin spelled with Robyn.
I wish you would correct that because that's complicated.
Sorry.
Anytime I want to text you like
sorry.
it keeps
messes
auto
you up.
correcting me.
Yeah.
So, and then you think I can't spell when I
don't
send
get
you an
offended.
email.
I'm used to it.
Good. Hey, real quick, I want to talk about a charity auction that's coming up. It's coming up March 3rd, and this is for Animal Adoption Foundation. If you listen to the show, you know I'm on the board of directors with Animal Adoption Foundation, a no-kill shelter for dogs and cats out between Coleraine Avenue, between Ross and Millville. You're probably familiar if you've ever driven that trek. They do great work, truly no-kill. We spend a lot of money and effort in keeping our dogs and cats healthy and giving them the best life we can until they find their forever home. So
That's
we're
awesome.
looking for people. But it is a nonprofit organization, and we have to raise money. So we're doing that with a charity auction. It's going to be March 3rd from 6 to 10 p.m. at Receptions in Fairfield, Boymel Drive. And if you would like information, you can go to the website, aafpets.org, or go to the Facebook site, and you can sign up right there and and go to the event. They have a dinner, sit-down dinner, and real fun auction. And
Are you
it's just
gonna
a
be
neat
there?
event. I'll be there. Yeah.
We should maybe we should do some recording out there as often as we talk about
That's a great idea.
just
You're a marketing person,
just
aren't you?
throwing it out there. Don't
Yeah,
know.
That's a great idea. I like that. Speaking of great ideas, so we're back with Joe Strecker, our producer, Brian Thomas's producer. He's lost 200 pounds through a pretty amazing journey.
Yeah.
And so you decided to start a business, right?
So about a year and a half ago, Dr. Lovett suggested, he said, hey, I have clients that could benefit from your knowledge that you went through the program that are maybe having issues with the program. I could tell them, but I'm their doctor.
Mm-hmm.
They want, sometimes you need that other person that has gone through it that can have empathy and sympathy for you, and who knows what you're going through. And that was one of the things that I really needed when I was going through. I didn't know anybody that was going through what I was going through, so I relied on just those weekly visits to the doctor's office. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a coach, so to speak, to help you get through. So he suggested that I get a coaching license, a coaching certificate, which is what I did.
Uh-huh.
And so I spent a year last year. I went and got certified, and here I am.
Okay.
I'm a certified coach.
Okay. So you hang a shingle out your door and
and let's
wait
get
for
started.
the phone to ring, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I sit on the desk and drum my fingers and wait for the phone to ring.
Okay. So he's a new business owner.
He is a new business
Yeah.
owner, and you're not sitting around. You're hustling, and for example, you're here on the show talking about what you do, and this is probably the first time you've done something like this.
No, I've heard you do a few of these, right?
Yeah, I've had a couple of other radio shows.
Well, there you go.
I mean,
none this big.
Being in, none this
right.
big. Being in, luckily with the business I'm in, I have a lot of contacts, media wise, and so I've been on a couple of shows already.
You did
maybe
mention
a couple
that
of segments
last week that you did
Yeah.
a show. So how are you doing that? How are you what else are you doing to attract the business?
Right now, it's all word of mouth. I have my Facebook page. I have my website. Right now, I'm getting some referrals from Dr. Lovett because I gave a big stack of cards. And when they think there's someone that I could help, they're referring them to me.
Joe, when you were going through the process, did you have someone like you to help you through,
No.
or was you and the docs? And
It
the
was just
staff,
me
right?
and him. We would chat. We would every week we would meet for about a half an hour, but that was it. And then if I had a problem during the week, or if I had a block, or if I had an issue where I was like, oh boy, I really want to eat this, but I know I can't. But I'm having a problem. I didn't have anyone to turn to.
Yeah.
So as a coach, what are your plans? How do you help somebody in that sense?
So as a coach, I would meet like right now. There's a couple of people who I'm working with. We meet every week at a specified time. and we discuss what happened during the week. And I acknowledge any of their if they hit any of their goals, but I also, if they haven't have any blocks, like, boy, for some reason I can't get over this hump, or I'm having